part of the equation. Wait a second. Whoa. Short and deadly? But is it Karvik getting dueling, or is it short and deadly first? Looks like Karvik ran in, but maybe he wasn't supposed to be in. But his man still took a Haji the way the short and deadly backing out. As Lucifer was kind of a little unfortunate, but was able to essentially waste a stun onto a Warlock. Short the charge in. I'm pretty sure the were also just as confused. Blessing of protection out of Lucifer. Short and deadly with the parry. Defense stance right after. Manager's trying to see if he can play as defensive as he can. All he can do is mitigate the damage. Try to see if he can reduce it as best as possible. Hand of freedom for Lucifer. Man's looking for an escape blind, but the Blaze Storm does end up denying the bleed onto Lucifer. Shoot apply quite a bit of pressure, especially short and deadly. Keeping the rest of the bleeds up and running. Stun does go for the trick. Lucifer finally gives himself a proper stun. Hammer hanging over his weirdly head as Lucifer does lose access to his weapon for just a moment. Stormbolt right after. Maybe an opportunity for Short and Deadly to make a play. Big setup. Got him to reflect in case there's a stun. Mad execute. Gonna be that cloak bracket for Lucifer. Man, not being a lot of good fun. Oh, the layered hands. The man did not use a bubble. Instead, he believes in the lay on hands. He wants to say bubble for a little bit later. I don't know how well that's going to work because you got another forbearance to work with. Shield of Vengeance, big hammer hanging over Short and Deadly's head. The manager's just going to take the hammer back to his side. Man, these guys are just kind of popping off on each other immediately. Lucifer sitting down, I guess for some mana. Is that what it is? Yeah, he's just manning up. He's just, he knows he's going to need the mana. He's going to need those resources. He's going to play some healer gameplay here for a second. Blaze Storm by Short though. Lucifer has himself bubble back up. Maybe also Blessing of Sync if he can use that at the right time. He could essentially nullify that stun. Next Stormbolt, big stun right after. As soon as Short and Deadly goes in for a quick charge, gives Lucifer a little bit more of a breather. Maybe trying to buy himself a little bit of time until the Crusade. Wish we could track Crusade, but Blizzard, if you can change anything, can you make it so we can track Crusade on these UI things? Thank you very much. Gotta be reflected for Short Deadly. Lucifer knows he can go for a stun. There goes the bubble. Short does not have a way to be able to remove the bubble or any of this other immunities. No shattering throw available. Wants to make sure he's ready with a stun. Immediately, as soon as the bubble falls off, he's ready with a charge. Immediately hits him with a Stormbolt, getting a trick out of Lucy. But man, it's just super rough. Mounting up very quickly. The guy also mounted up as well. Reflect up in case there's a Hodge ready for him. Fear to follow. Hammer hanging over the man's head. But you're just going to take the hammer away with a Shield of Vengeance. He's going to wait it out. But Lucifer is left with nothing. And as soon as Shield of Vengeance falls, Short and Deadly's ready to go immediately. By the way, what weapon is that? Well, it looks like a higher depth quality of Arcanite Reaper. Chat, what weapon is that? Can anybody... I don't know if I can get the angle. Definitely can while he's spinning. But if you get an angle on his weapon, could somebody let me know what that thing is? That looks really good. Is that just like a... It looks like a new version of Arcanite Reaper. Big X gets back onto Lucifer. Back to back with a hammer hanging over the guy's head. Lucifer trying to give himself a floaty. And man is completely drained. Trying to use mobility to escape the Short, the Deadly warrior. But it's just a matter of time. He's so close. Hodge right after could be a trick and not gonna send it. Lucifer needs some kind of a heal right there, right now. Oh no, big leap around the corner. Stormbolt. I think it's just over. Short and Deadly has you in the corner and it's just done. Wrath of Lich King 2-hand axe from PvP. Is it actually? It looks so good. I mean, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, it's hard to see from this angle. Are you sure? Those textures look so good. They're really clean. It just, it looked like an older axe, but then I look at the details and it's like super detailed. Really? I gotta get myself one. That looks incredibly good. Smoke is gonna try to see if he can vanish into, well, as his name entails, got himself the smoke bomb up and running right after, trying to see if he can avoid Short and Deadly. If the warrior can get on top of the rogue and get a couple of bleeds on him, big thunderous roar, he'll be golden. Stormbolt right after. This way will make as much damage as he can. Big mortal strike to follow. Disarm onto the rogue as he goes in for a Cloak of Shadows. It doesn't look like he has the Cloak of Shadows that gives him immunity, or at least lets him avoid physical abilities. Big X gets to follow trick and run out to smoke it. Nothing left. It's gonna be one little overpower. It's all he needs to see have the blaze. The man got him to advantage. Is there dots keeping him out? Yeah, there is dots keeping him. If Short Deadly's fast enough on the leap, he might be okay. Sap to follow, got himself the Zerkers, and if he can just get him back over there as soon as possible, he might be alright. He got Zerkers for a little bit longer. He just needs to be very clean with his leap. That or get an auto attack on the guy some way, somehow. He knows where he's at. Does not get an auto attack. Does not get anything. Sap almost lets the rogue escape, but it is super TR. Goes in for a cheap shot right after Stormbolt. Trinkets out of it immediately. Yet another cheap shot onto short. Trying to see if he can just go for a bit of a hit and run and use whatever ability he can just to swing around the pillar, play some staggery every single chance it has though. In short, I think he's backing up, trying to go for that leap fear. I think that's what he's trying to go for, trying to back away, let you settle in a spot on the behind the pillar, then leap right where you are. One execute, second overpower, it's done. My goodness, Rosie up next. This is the warrior and the hunter. This is where Short Deadly needs to find a way to fight through this guy. This might be, maybe Necro. I think marksman hunters can give you a run for your money, but not really. I bet 90% of my top of head Furious glad to hand axe. Okay, I'll look into it, Roman. How does that sound? Blaze, trying to see if we can get out of the botting shot. Look at me taking sides. I try not to as best as I can. Big damage on a short, parry up and running. Try to see if he can stay into the battle stance and push on. Does he have a... Oh, if only he had some kind of way to cleave. Because I know there was a way to cleave, like if a hunter goes on a turtle shell and you stand right there next to his pet, you have a cleave ability. It cleaved through turtle shell for some reason or another. Gonna be a bit of that damage onto Rosie. Do you have the big bleeds? Rosie trying to go for kill shots himself. The hunter's super low. So is the warrior. Charge right after. Got himself the big cleave. Looks like the executes are following through. Oh, but the kill shot does take him out. Oh, now we can take a close look at the weapon. Look at that thing. Oh. You did it on purpose, didn't you? Hold on a second. Can I see that thing? Look how quality that is. Actually, when you zoom in, it does look kind of low quality, but from a distance, it looks so good. How you doing, Rosie? Trying to see if we can stay alive, as this is going to be Karvik, the Affliction Warlock, up next. All this guy's got to do is just get a little bit of dots onto the hunter. Do you have a pet? Or do we play without a pet? Going to be a death checker by Rosie, trying to see if you can avoid all of these dots from Karvik. You will need to find a good opportunity to get yourself a feint death to remove those dots when available. Big drain soul out of Karvik though. Get himself a number. There goes the feint death for Rosie. But now, if Karvik applies any dots on you, until the feint death is back up, that's just, you can't stop any of this damage whatsoever. If Karvik's fast enough, trying to go for a bit of a drain, gonna be interrupted by the hunter. Still taking lots of damage from these dots either way though. It looks like Rosie's the one in control of the situation, but these dots just turn it around on you. That soul rod just absolutely draining you, and one more drain and I think it's just over. Nothing you can do. That is the power of Affliction, and they're making this class even stronger for 10.2. I think a lot of people are going to give them a chance again. I feel like a lot of you guys forgot how good Affliction can be in a 1-to-1 scenario. With dots, AFK, eventually they die. Trying to go for big void eruptions. Vol got himself mind games at the ready. Gotta be UA up and running, and the other dots for Karvik. Trying to see if he can just overpower the guy. Looking just to heal through the mind games, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Looking for a Malefic Rapture, but not enough. Those Vol gonna be up versus Solera after him. Versus a Demon Hunter, at least you're walking into with full defenses at the ready. You do have a trinket and everything available this time around. Maybe a disperse situation. Does go for the disperse, but at 46% dampening, the Demon Hunter damage still doing a number on you. Does go for the void operation to get yourself the maximum distance. I love seeing it. Big meta to cover all of that track distance either way though. For Soleri, as it's going to be a trinket, stun available, full dots at the ready. And I think Volk might actually have yourself a decent chance here. Now that Soleri does not have a trinket, if you have a fear, you are going to get one in 50 seconds. I don't know if you can live long enough until it fears back up. Does get a Siphon looking for a mind games. If you can get yourself full mind games, no, Soleri just pushes in. This is why I thought maybe. Normally, Survival, Moment Demon Hunter wins that matchup every single time, but I thought maybe there's a chance that it might be a bit of a turnaround. Necro trying to get an angle versus Soleri. If Soleri has a Spectral Sight, you should be able to see where the guy is at immediately. Death Struck him, gotta do a number. Rapid Fire, Kill Shot, I think it's just over. Hold on, Soleri, Darkness might not even be enough. Kill Shot does end up getting dodged, hold on. Darkness does consume it, trying to go for a hunt. Oh, Soleri, you need a stun, you need the meta, you need something, anything. You don't have a lot to heal right now with. Maybe if you eventually retreat into him, avoid Scatter Shot, maybe that's the best you could do. Oh, does get a stun. Demon spawns in. Does slay it into an I-beam, picking up the demonic soul. At least you got yourself a bit of healing. If you haven't done hunt, you might want to do it right now. That's gonna help you. Sigil Fear does connect. Hold on a second. Maybe Soleri can do something stun right after. Does get silenced for a moment. Does go for the hunt, but the scatter stops it. Hold on a minute. You can still do it. Trying to see if we can close that gap. big rapid fire. Necro does go in for a turtle. At least turtle means that the hunter is not attacking you directly. For Soleri, at least there's something to work with here. My goodness. Oh no, Soleri. Oh, not a second. Necro. Who's gonna win this stun? Shortest stun in the world. Necro, if you got himself a trap or something, anything, you might be in a good spot. Just needs a big kill shot on the guy. Rapid fire may just do him in, and does do him in with Chewbacca. Last one, second to last one left over on team 2. Got himself the Ghost Raptors charging in. Or Ghost Wolves? No, Raptors. Just about everybody runs Raptors, I think, at this point. And all you need is a global big Ascendance, just a, not a proc, just an actual Ascendance hit. Oh, there it is. All right. 2 for short. Man, that was so close, man. So close. Demon Hunter loses lost another 50% dampening. You know, I feel like Demon Hunter on survivability shields, I will agree. But the damage they do, I feel like they're like a survival hunter, right? I feel like a lot of people forget that they really got himself like a pretty big hit behind them, like a